In the world of hospitality, what's the real difference between a good hotel and a truly great one? For a long time, the answer was pretty simple: location and service. But today, there's this powerful, almost invisible force at play, and that's data. Understanding it, well, it isn't just an advantage anymore. It's absolutely essential for survival and success. So let's dive in.
Hello and welcome. I'm a hotel AI expert, and I'm really pleased to welcome all of you students from the Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. Now, I know an AI expert might sound a little bit sci-fi, but it actually sets the stage perfectly for what we're talking about today: how technology and data are completely reshaping the hotel industry, turning that old-school gut instinct into truly intelligent strategy.
For generations, if you wanted to succeed in the hotel business, you relied on your experience, your relationships, and a certain gut feeling for the market. And look, those skills are still incredibly important, but the ground beneath our feet has shifted. A brand new strategic pillar has risen up, and honestly, it's changing everything. This quote just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly captures this transformation. See, data used to be just another report that would land on your desk. Now it's the central nervous system of the entire commercial operation. In today's competitive world, it's what powers and sharpens every single decision you make. You can see the evolution so clearly here. We've gone from just reacting to what the market throws at us to proactively shaping our own success. And this isn't about replacing those crucial personal relationships, not at all. It's about supercharging them with deep, data-informed insights so we can better understand and serve every single guest.
So where does this whole powerful journey begin? Well, it's not with some complex, expensive external report. It actually starts right inside your own hotel. The most valuable, most accessible information is often the data that you're already generating every single day.
I want you to think of your hotel as a living, breathing organism. And to understand its health, you have to check its vital signs, right? So we're going to look at 4 key internal sources of data. Each one is a different piece of the puzzle that, when you put them all together, reveals a complete picture of your performance and your guests' behavior.
Okay, first up, your reservation system. This is the quantitative backbone of your entire operation. It tells you what guests are booking, when they're booking it, and how they're booking. Digging into this data helps you understand demand trends, spot your most profitable channels, and really optimize your booking strategy. But numbers alone don't tell the full story. That's where guest feedback comes in: the reviews, the surveys, the comments. This gives you the crucial why. Why did a guest absolutely love their stay? Or why was the check-in process so slow? This qualitative data gives context to your numbers, and it shines a light on those operational moments, both good and bad, that truly define a guest's experience and ultimately their loyalty.
Now, loyalty programs take us way beyond just single transactions. This is where you learn about long-term guest behavior, what they prefer, their spending habits, how often they visit. This data is the absolute key to true personalization. It lets you transform generic offers into tailored experiences that build those lasting relationships and, of course, drive sustainable revenue.
And finally, we have your digital storefront. Your website and your social media channels are just gold mines of real-time data. Things like click-through rates and conversion rates tell you exactly how effective your online presence is. Let's say you have high traffic but a low conversion rate. Well, that's a huge red flag. A clear signal to investigate your pricing or your website's user experience so you can capture more of those direct bookings. Okay, so we've looked inward at our own data. Now it's time to look outward. A hotel doesn't operate in a vacuum, right? To truly succeed, you have to understand the broader competitive landscape and all the market forces that are shaping your destination.
Think of it this way. Your internal data is like a detailed, high-resolution snapshot of your property. Market intelligence, on the other hand, is the panoramic view you get from the top of the mountain. You absolutely need both to navigate effectively. The snapshot tells you how you're doing right now, but that panorama shows you where you're going.
So what do you actually see from this panoramic view? Well, it means looking at your competitors, not so you can copy them, but so you can find your own unique advantage in the market. It means tracking what's happening in your city, like major concerts or new flight routes, so you can anticipate demand. And it means keeping an eye on the big picture, understanding how huge trends like sustainability or remote work will shape who your future guests are going to be. But listen, collecting all this data, internal and external, that's just the first step. The real magic, the real skill, happens in the interpretation. For any modern hospitality leader, the most critical ability is turning all these raw numbers and market signals into concrete strategies that actually drive value.
So let me ask you a question that really gets to the heart of data interpretation. Is a 95% occupancy rate, is that always the sign of a successful strategy? I mean, it might seem obvious, but the answer is a firm no. Context is everything.
Just look at this example. Hotel A is almost full, which looks great on the surface, but it's at a lower average rate. Hotel B has more empty rooms, but it's commanding a much higher rate for the rooms it does sell. This is where the single most important metric in our industry comes in, RevPAR, or revenue per available room. It measures profitability, not just fullness. And when we calculate it, Hotel B is the clear winner. This is the perfect example of why you have to look beyond those surface-level numbers.
And we can add another layer of insight through what we call segmentation. By breaking down where your revenue is coming from, you can see which types of guests are the most valuable. In this case, you see corporate clients are driving the most revenue. Now that is a powerful insight. It allows a sales team to stop guessing and start focusing their time and resources where they'll have the biggest impact. So really, what this all boils down to is that analysis must always lead to action. Whether that means launching a new campaign for an underperforming segment, or maybe shifting your marketing budget to more profitable channels. The goal is always the same, to create a specific, measurable strategy that drives commercial success.
Now, we're going to conclude with what is arguably the most important element of any data strategy. As you gather and use all this guest information, you have a profound responsibility to do it ethically. And this isn't just about ticking a legal box, it's fundamentally about trust.
This statement right here is fundamental. In an age of data breaches and constant privacy concerns, guests are more aware than ever about how their information is being used. A hotel that demonstrates a true, deep commitment to handling data ethically builds a level of trust that no marketing campaign could ever buy. It becomes a core part of your brand promise.
For anyone building a career in this industry, these are your non-negotiable responsibilities. Be transparent with your guests. Protect their data with robust security. Use that data to enhance their experience, never to manipulate them. And you must ensure that all of your strategies are fair and non-discriminatory. This is the bedrock of a modern, sustainable business. And so, I'll leave you with this final question to guide you throughout your careers. Every time you build a data-driven strategy, ask yourself this one thing. Are you simply chasing a short-term revenue target, or are you using insight to build the kind of lasting guest relationships that create value for years and years to come? That choice will define your success.